What's up everyone, Mr. NoobTube Gamer. Today we're going to be playing Call of Duty Black Ops 4 in the year 2020. And we're going to see how this game plays after a year and a half. I have to say, this game is much more enjoyable after they kind of made the microtransactions a little bit more fair, because anyone who played the game back in its prime would know that the microtransactions, the supply drops, it was just ridiculous. But with the crates, with all that stuff, like, it feels like the game is a lot more fair, and you actually have a chance to get the weapon bribes and to actually get the DLC weapons, because for a while, it just felt almost impossible. I mean, you pretty much have to dedicate your life to Black Ops 4 if you want to get a lot of the good weapons in the game. But they made it a little bit better after the update, but of course that update came after the release of Modern Warfare, so for a lot of people it was kind of, too little too late, I guess. But we're going to be talking about how the game plays after the release of Modern Warfare, and as we get very close to the release of a new Call of Duty game made by Treyarch. And I gotta say, I have a really bad feeling about the next Call of Duty game, just because Treyarch took over with just short notice, and with the corona and everything, and the next-gen consoles. I mean, it's just a recipe for disaster, but I hope I'm wrong. But we're gonna see how Black Ops 4 holds up, because we took a look at Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, and now we're going to talk about Black Ops 4. I have to say, this is my least enjoyable game in the Black Ops series. I liked Black Ops 1. I mean, Black Ops 1 was actually my favorite Call of Duty game. I loved Black Ops 2. I thought Black Ops 3 was okay. I would say maybe it's my favorite advanced movement Call of Duty game. Although, the other Call of Duty games that do have futuristic advanced movement, I mean, to be better than those games, that doesn't really say much, I guess, when we're talking about Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare. But I thought Black Ops 3 was okay. It felt kind of out of place from the Black Ops series, and Black Ops 4 definitely is just, it's Black Ops 3 on steroids when we're talking about the specialists, and the kill streaks are also OP as hell, definitely more overpowered than the kill streaks or score streaks we got in Black Ops 3. But the specialists, oh my god, the specialists. I mean, the balancing in this game is so out of whack, and I feel like, people talk about Modern Warfare 2, about how you get so many cheap deaths in that game, the AC-130, the kill streaks are overpowered, the weapon balancing, the one-man army YouTubes, everything. Yeah, Modern Warfare 2 will definitely always be the least balanced Call of Duty, probably. Like, I don't think any game will ever be, will ever have worse balancing than that game. But Black Ops 4, I think, comes in second place when we're talking about just crazy, chaotic mess. I guess for Call of Duty, people like that kind of stuff, but I feel like just the balancing of this makes absolutely no sense. Like, there's very little logic to it, and it just tries to copy some elements of Overwatch, but then it tries to be a little bit tactical, like Rainbow Six Siege, and it's just, this game lacks identity, in my opinion. I mean, it has no campaign. The zombies community thinks it's the worst zombies experience in Call of Duty history, at least Treyarch zombies. If we're talking about exo zombies or something, then yeah, I mean, Black Ops 4 is probably a little bit better, but you know what I mean. It definitely was lacking in a lot of aspects, and to replace the campaign, they put in the Battle Royale, and some people liked Blackout. I consider myself to be one of those people, but a lot of people just didn't care at all about Battle Royale, and they were just like, okay, they're going to take away campaign, and they're going to take resources away from polishing the multiplayer so they can work on Blackout. And, it definitely rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and I consider myself one of those people. I actually didn't pick up Black Ops 4 until after Modern Warfare came out, because I'm just like, this game, they don't know what the hell they're doing anymore. This game felt so rushed, and it just looked like such a mess. And it really shows that the best maps in this game are maps that they ported over from Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. So Slum in Black Ops 2 is a great map from that game. They ported it over to Black Ops 4. Of course, Nuketown, which you're seeing right now, legendary map. The maps, the original maps in the game are not bad, but it just shows that the Call of Duty franchise has definitely come a long way. It's definitely taken a few steps back when the best maps in the game are the ones that are from previous Call of Duties. Like, you would think that they would try to top, each Call of Duty entry, each entry in the series would try to outdo the other. But you could tell, like, it's just, the Call of Duty series is so uninspired, and they run out of ideas. And look at this shit. Like, I'm camping and I'm being a little bitch, but I just get fried by a nuclear, like, I just hate stuff like that. Like, I prefer to play this game bare bones, I think that's the only way to play this game, and it's actually tolerable, in my opinion. I'm not playing bare bones right now just because I wanted to get that XP, and I wanted to grind those cases, and it's a lot easier to rack up score streaks and do really good when you're playing in the original game modes with the specialists and everything, and, you know, having all that. So that's why I did that. I think I'm playing Arms Race TDM. That's what they had going, which pretty much increases. It's pretty much hardline for everybody in the game. So the score streaks were just crazy, and that was a good way for me to rack up XP and get some of those weapon bribes while they were 50% off. You know, instead of 50 reserve cases, it was 25. So I got a few weapons. I got the Peacekeeper. I got the AN-94. And I got a couple other weapons. I forget, honestly. Like the VMP. That weapon puts in work, and that's the thing. Like that, most of the good weapons in this game come from reserve cases. I mean, they come from the supply drops, whatever you want to call them, the DLC weapons. And for new players, that can definitely bring you at a disadvantage, kind of like Black Ops 3. But I think it's kind of worse in this game because, I mean, Black Ops 4 has so many amazing DLC weapons that just destroy a lot of the weapons that come with the base game. But to be fair, this weapon, the KN-57, I recently prestiged in this gameplay, so I was playing with the default weapons. It puts in work, you know, it definitely puts in work, and I did really good in this game also. And this is an original Black Ops 4 map, and I think it's okay, but like I said, I mean, the really good maps come from older Call of Duties, which I just think, you know, it's kind of, it just kind of shows that they lack originality. But anyway, I have a weird feeling about Black Ops 4. You know, after Modern Warfare, I found myself playing more of this game than Modern Warfare just because, okay, I don't hate Modern Warfare like a whole bunch of other people do in the Modern Warfare community, or in the Call of Duty community. You know, a lot of people hate Modern Warfare. Like, the old school Call of Duty commentators say this game sucks, the balancing sucks, everyone's camping, and it's just them. And a lot of people are going back to Black Ops 4. And I can understand why, because that traditional arcade experience that we know from the Call of Duty franchise kind of went away with Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare definitely appeals to a more hardcore FPS consumer. It definitely feels a lot closer related to a Battlefield game than the Call of Duty games that we've been having. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate. I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing. If we're going to have Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and I don't know about Sledgehammer, I guess they're out of the picture now, but if we're having all these different developers making different Call of Duty games, they should feel different, shouldn't they? Like, should the new Modern Warfare reboot have been closer to Black Ops 4 than what it ended up being? Like, I think having a Call of Duty for everybody, if you're going to have the 2-year, the 3-year development cycle, you know, I think that's a good thing. Because there are a lot of people that don't like Modern Warfare, but there are also new people that I know that haven't touched Call of Duty in years, but because of Modern Warfare, they came back. And I'm not just talking about Warzone. I'm talking about the entire game. Like, there are people who love Modern Warfare, you know, they like the more tactical experience and all that, whatever it is, the more hardcore, whatever you want to say. And that it's kind of more grounded in reality. You know, there are a lot of people that are into that kind of stuff. And I'm kind of in between. Like, I like the traditional Call of Duty experience, so that's why I go back to Black Ops 4. But the specialists also kind of turn me off. And, you know, I do a lot of bare bones. I might make a video of me playing bare bones just so you guys have an idea of what I'm talking about. But bare bones feels kind of close to Black Ops 2 in a lot of ways. It really does feel like you're playing Black Ops 2. You know, there are a couple differences, especially with the grenades and everything. You know, there are a little bit, you know, there are some differences, and the gunplay is not exactly the same. And but it's still, with bare bones, the game is a lot better in my opinion. And I see that bare bones, a lot less people are playing it. Like, people prefer this version of Black Ops 4, and I just don't understand why. Like, even though they took away the boost jumping, you know, that was their big thing, it feels like Black Ops 3 is kind of a sequel to Black Ops 4, and that Black Ops 4 came before Black Ops 3. You know, because, like, to take away the advanced movement, to have it in Black Ops 3, and then take it away in 4, kind of feels like it's a good thing, but also feels like a step back at the same time, if that makes any sense. Like, you know, I like that they're boots on the ground again, but I also think it's ridiculous that you take away the boost jumping, but the jumping, you can jump in the air almost as high as you could with the advanced movement system. Like, the jumping in this game is so effing annoying that it almost feels like a futuristic advanced movement Call of Duty. You know, anyone who's played Black Ops 4 knows what I'm talking about. Also, the time to kill, because the health is way too high. It's 150. I don't like the health. I think the health is way too high because I'm spraying bullets and everyone's jumping in the air and running away and slipping and sliding. Like, no matter what game mode you're playing, Black Ops 4 can be really annoying, you know, because it really doesn't feel like this game felt very inspired. Like, they had too much original idea. Like, it just feels like they slapped this game together and they just released it. So I would consider Black Ops 4, honestly, to be one of my less favorite Call of Duty games. Not saying it's terrible by any stretch of the imagination, but it is very disappointing in a lot of ways. And if you come back playing this game, if you've never played this game before, maybe you want to prepare yourself for the next Treyarch Call of Duty game coming out later this year, and you want to kind of have a feel of what it's like to play a Treyarch Call of Duty. If your first COD was Modern Warfare, you know, if you're new to the Call of Duty scene, it's definitely worth checking this game out. But definitely temper your expectations, because it's not going to be, if you've played Modern Warfare before, I mean, you can see by the gameplay, those two games are nothing alike, which is kind of a good thing, because, I mean, how many times, after all these years, how often have you heard, oh, Call of Duty is the same game every year, we're sick and tired of the same thing every single year? Well, we have different. You know, Modern Warfare and Black Ops are two different games, and I think that's great, but, you know, they're definitely not the same game. So if you love Modern Warfare, I don't know if you're going to like this game. But also, if you didn't like Modern Warfare, maybe you'll like this game better. So, I mean, there's no way. I mean, you got to try it out before you can really come to any judgment. Because I honestly expected this game to be much worse than it ended up being. But I also did play this game once they fixed it and updated it. So I wasn't beta testing it like the people who played it at launch did. Because that's really the state of gaming right now. Everything's a live service, right? But that means that they can come up with an excuse to not release a finished product. Every game essentially is in early access, and it's annoying. Like, that they don't polish the game and fix it. They're just like, oh yeah, you know, we'll release the game right now, and we'll just fix it later. Who cares? You know, it's a live service. You know, that's the new gimmick in the video game industry, and it's so annoying. But, you know, it is what it is. Black Ops 4 is definitely not a terrible Call of Duty, but I wouldn't consider it to be a great Call of Duty at the same time. Especially if you're a Zombies fan, it can be very disappointing. It's considered the worst Treyarch Zombies experience in the entire franchise. Obviously, Exo Zombies and whatever else, the Infinite Warfare Zombies, people will like a lot less. But you know what I'm saying. If you're a Zombies fan, maybe steer clear of this. And the Season Pass, oh my god. I bought the Season Pass, and the maps are okay, but I mean, it's just, this game is always trying to nickel and dime you, even after the game is way past its prime. And oh my god, this guy, I don't know what the hell he was doing camping in the building, but yeah, you have a lot, even though this game has heavy skill-based matchmaking, you have a lot of scrubs playing this game, so, you know, you can stomp noobs and it's kind of fun, but I don't know. I mean, the game is okay, but it can also be very frustrating. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about Black Ops 4. Have you been playing the game lately over Modern Warfare, or have you never played the game before and you're thinking about checking it out? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.